I'm Chris from Coral Fish Hawaii, and welcome to our YouTube channel. Hey, how's it going? Let's acclimate some fish today. Acclimation is the process of getting your new fish used to its habitat that it's going into. Water parameters from our store or any other store may be slightly different from the ones that you have at home, so by doing this, it allows them to adjust to the new tank at a slower pace and have less stress long term. So you just got home from the pet store with your first fish. The first thing you want to do is acclimate them to your tank. Here at Coral Fish, we recommend the first thing you should do for your acclimation is temperature acclimation. So what you would do is float your bag in the tank for about 15 to 30 minutes. This way the temperature from the tank can equalize the temperature of the bag. Properly acclimating your fish to your tank allows them to have less stress and be more comfortable when they get added to their new home. So after the first 15 to 30 minutes of acclimating your fish to the temperature of the water, what we recommend is opening the bag up and dipping the bag into the tank, allowing some of your tank water to enter the bag. You don't want to do too much at a time, because you're going to do this 2 more times after this. So take the bag, dip the bag into the tank, allowing some of that tank water into the bag, and then easily just hang it over the tank and let it sit for the 15 minutes, and we'll be back. So after the first 15 minutes of your first dip, you're going to do that another time. So we're going to take the bag again, add a little more water into the bag, sit it back to where it was, and we'll be back in another 15 minutes. So off camera, we did our third dip already. So after you're done with your third dip and your water's double the volume of what it originally was in the bag, you're going to take a net and a bucket and you're going to pour your fish into the net. It's very important to avoid getting our water into your tank. All right, so in he goes. Look at that. Not breathing too hard, not swimming around too fast. Perfectly acclimated to the tank. So the process we just went over was called dip acclimation. Another method you could try for more sensitive invertebrates or sensitive fish would be drip acclimation. We'll talk about that right now. So for drip acclimation, you're going to do the same thing that you did for dip acclimation, where you float your bag for 15 to 30 minutes into the tank to temperature acclimate the fish. But instead, you're going to release the fish into a bucket and use airline tube to slowly drip water from your aquarium into the bucket to acclimate them that way. So when you use your airline tube to drip acclimate your fish, it's important to have some kind of valve or control so that way your flow isn't too strong. So open up your valve, take the top end of your hose and dip it into the tank. Get as much of the tube as you can to fill up with water. And what you want to do is cap the end of the tube with your finger, pull the tube out, put the other end of the tube into your bucket, and then release your finger once the tube is securely in the bucket to allow the flow to begin to fill the bucket. Monitor the amount of drips going into the bucket and adjust your valve accordingly so that it goes to 1 drip per second. Then you can either attach the tube to your tank using a net or just weigh it down using a lid. And we'll be back in about 45 minutes. All right, so 45 minutes are up. The water has now doubled the volume that it was originally in the bucket. So we're going to take our tube off the tank and we're going to take our fish with a net out of the bucket. We're going to avoid adding water from our bag into our tank. There we go. So drip acclimation is mostly recommended for more sensitive livestock, like invertebrates like cleaner shrimp, or even stuff like angels and stuff that may need a little more time to acclimate. We more so recommend it if your tank water isn't very similar to ours. A lot of our customers end up using the premixed salts you can buy at our store. In that case, because of the parameter difference between our water and your water, using drip acclimation is definitely recommended just to be sure the fish can properly acclimate to the difference in parameters. Thanks for watching our first YouTube video. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and don't forget to comment what you'd like to see next time. Thank you.